Hey there you guys, welcome back. Today we are going to transplant some seedlings. These poor seedlings have been in this container for well over a year. For one, these cardboard palms here by my thumb, those can take up to a year to sprout. And so it's been a little over a year, but they've been growing okay. Just recently they've been starting to look a little bit sad. We're going to look at that. I have a feeling it's either from two things: drying out, one. Two, this is a self-watering planter, and there's no bottom to the pot, so these roots are going on to the capillary mat and then going wherever they go from there. So anyway, we'll open it up. There was a time that I pried it off, and it probably disturbed a lot of roots really badly. So anyway, also there was some scale insect issue, but I've been treating for that, and things seem to be coming back just fine, except for some dying leaves, but some of them were pretty infested. Anyway, we got those ones, and then we've got the stuff that's going on in this planter here. It's quite interesting in here. We've got some flowering maple trees. We've got some, is it Albizia? I can't even say it. It's like a chocolate silk tree. It's a type of mimosa. So not the drink, like it sounds like I've been drinking. And then I've also got some, what is this? This is Magnolia grandiflora. So this is an exciting magnolia tree that has an evergreen leaf that is hardy to zone 6A. I am a zone 6B. So what? That is two good things. It's a magnolia that's evergreen, and it's also supposedly hardy to my zone. So I'm very excited about that one. Excited to have started it from seed because these are quite expensive when you buy them at the garden store. So anyway, super happy right here. So anyway, without further ado, come on in and we will look at it, and we'll start transplanting. Oh, so exciting. Should have done this a while ago. This one hasn't been in there for nearly as long. This one has been in for obscenely long. So we'll go and do this one first, and then we'll do this one. Okay, so here we go. We've got the pot right here. I'm going to show you why over a period of, let's say, 1.5 to 2 years, when you're using a self-watering pot for seedlings is not good. Here I am moving my fingers around like you can see them, but you can't see anything. So anyway, let me lift this up, being as careful as I can. Good luck. A lot of roots happening here. Since there's no bottom to the pot, can you see under here? It's just a whole bunch of roots, all clinging to the same thing. The root's gone underneath. Oops. So anyway, I'm just going to take a moment and just carefully pull this stuff apart. I've got to do it carefully. Try not to break as many roots as I can, because the less roots I break, the better this will come through. So anyway, hold tight and we'll get this done. Okay, so here we are. We've got the variety of plants in here. On the underside, you can see all the roots all coming out the bottom like that. That's not cool. So I'm just going to set this pot aside. I really should have paid more attention to this. Well, I kind of did, but with the seedlings still developing, you don't want to do it too soon, you don't want to do it too late, but this has been a little bit too late. Anyway, I'll put this off to the side. Oops. And I'm going to use a 6-inch pot for all of the cardboard palms. These are related to the sago palms. They are cycads. They get beautiful, beautiful leaves, just like the sago palm does, except these ones are this different shape. They usually have like a little bit of a fuzz to the outside, and when you touch them they feel really fake. They're very firm. Very, very cool plants. So if you ever come across one, I do recommend buying one. They're supposedly very, very hardy. Very slow growing though, so keep that in mind. Just going to get some soil in the pot. Don't need a ton of soil in there to start. And because it's so dry, just going to add a little bit of moisture to it. A little too much moisture. What was I going to say? I put the paper towel on the bottom to stop it from leaking out through the bottom. Now I'm just going to carefully push these seedlings up through the hole. We've got a little bit of a stem or a tuber growing at the base here. That will eventually come forward and be closer to the surface as the plant grows. So I'm going to take all of these little guys out. Some of them are doing better than others. This used to be the seed. It looked like a peanut, to be quite honest with you. Very interesting, interesting plants. This one here is the least healthy looking of them because it's got this whole dead leaf action going on. So it appears that these also have a taproot, so that's interesting. Boop, boop, boo. Just putting all these wherever they'll fit. Perhaps it would have been better to plant them all in their individual pots, but I don't have the space for that right now. Maybe in time I'll be able to divide them out, but for now we will just have fun with them all growing together. This one's going to need a nice deep hole. This is a really long root, a really long taproot. Check that one out. It's crazy. And you got that bulbous thing right here by where everything is sprouting out of. And I do believe I just have this one more. Alright. So now I'm just going to fill this up with some more soil. Don't need a lot. Just covering things up. Too much soil and it will have the opposite effect. You'll start rotting things out. So let's water this in again and we'll move to the next guys. Beautiful, beautiful. So I'll just sit this behind me on one of the trays. This is a seedling that I started. This one right here is an anthurium. This is a... I'm trying to poke it up through the bottom. A long-leafed anthurium. This actually, I was going through a tour of a greenhouse, and this was well, it was in flower. It had all the seed pods hanging down. They're all red seeds, so I just took a couple of the seed pods and popped them in my pocket and took them home and planted them, and lo and behold, I got all kinds of little babies from it. So I don't actually know the variety, but the leaves were probably about 2 feet long, and it was in a hanging basket. The flowers seemed to be pendulous, and I don't even know, I didn't see a flower, it was just the seed pods. So I'm very excited to see what this turns out to be. I do know it's an anthurium, that's all I do know. So I'm going to fill this pot up with some soil, going to give it a new little home. It's fun to try and experiment with new seeds. Just going to fill this up. Anthuriums by nature are epiphytes, so they usually cling to trees or around trees, and they usually like a very humid environment. And I would treat them kind of like you do an orchid. I water them well when I water them, and then I let them dry out between waterings pretty well. So there we go. This one's all potted up. Hopefully it does better than it did in here. It was actually doing quite well. It liked the moisture from the self-watering pot. And then this one here, this I had a problem with scale insect. So let me just cut it back. It started not doing very well. This is also a cutting that I took at one point. Just going to get rid of these stems without any leaves. No need for those. It seems to be rooting along all of its stems. And as I was fighting it for spraying it for scale insects, I was knocking off a lot of leaves. So this will grow just fine. Let's pop it out of its pot. I'll have to pop it out of 2 of its pots, I think. Nope, there we go. And what is this one called? This one is called, I've got it here in my plant book, Paulownia. This here is a trailing Paulownia pulchra. I can't even say it. Whatever. Me and scientific names these days. Anyway, in the book, it's right here. Very, very cool. It's a foliage houseplant. Average warmth, minimum temperature is 55 degrees Fahrenheit in the winter. Light is semi-shade to bright indirect light. It prefers to be in a terrarium environment, so it likes very humid air, and it doesn't like to dry out. So if you have it in a pot, it's probably going to suffer. But if you put it in a terrarium environment where it has lots of humidity and it never dries out 100%, you'll have good success with it. This actually was growing in a north window, and it was growing beautifully. Absolutely beautifully until it got scale insect, and also it needed a bigger home. So we're going to give it a bigger home. We're going to give it this 4-inch pot. Dig it a hole in the center here, and then we'll just fill in around with some soil. Looking really good. It'll look even better when it gets holed and gets rid of all of its bug problems. Again, I've been using it's probably a cup of rubbing alcohol mixed with a cup or 2 of water and a few squirts of unscented soap, like hand soap, like a soft soap. So the soap will coat the insect and cause it not to be able to breathe. The alcohol kind of just kills it. And it seems to be working really, really well. Sometimes I go on and I scrub it and then spray it and then scrub it again. Again, it seems to be working the best so far out of any of the chemical sprays that I've tried. So anyway, yeah, this is the, oh my god, why can't I keep that, me and names, Paulownia. So we'll put that off to the back as well. These will find a spot under the grow lights. We'll put that off to the side. Now I've got this beautiful muddy environment. We've got some more stuff over here in the tray. I want to do this one with you and this one with you. This is in the mimosa family. This is a hardy tree for my area. It's got a real ferny foliage, and it ends up getting like a puffball of flowers. Absolutely beautiful. Unlike the sensitive plant, the leaves, when you touch them, they don't fold up. So when you think of mimosa, a lot of you will think of a sensitive plant. But this looks like a sensitive plant, but not the same thing. And this is the Magnolia grandiflora. This one is one that you find around Christmas time, as usually it's a fake flower, or those big glossy green leaves with the brown fuzz on the underside. That's this one. It doesn't have any of the brown fuzz underneath yet, but it will. And it has that beautiful white flower. Everything about this tree looks fake. So any of you that have ever grown it before probably know that it's a beautiful one. For anybody that doesn't know it, you probably do know it, but you just haven't seen it or really heard much about it. Absolutely beautiful. And these flowering maples are not actual maple trees. These are abutilon, an absolutely beautiful houseplant. When they get enough light, they flower profusely all season long as they get enough light. When the light level decreases, the flower production decreases. So as long as you keep it outside or in a really bright window, you should have flowers all the time. People say that they only get to be about 4 feet tall, but I've taken the opportunity to turn one into a topiary, and I had it about 7 feet tall. It was up to the ceiling. I had about 4 or 5 feet of trunk, and then I had a big ball at the top, and I kept pruning it. It kept growing, and it was always in flower. It was absolutely beautiful. One of the best things I've ever grown, and I'm trying it again. This is a mixed group. I don't have the tag for what variety it is, but it's a mixed color. Oh, my leg is falling asleep. So we've got the same problem. These have been growing in this tray for quite some time. Not a year, but still a long time. So the roots always attach themselves to this capillary mat. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set this aside, and we're going to take out this mimosa, trying not to break as many roots. And here we've got to put a little bit of soil in the bottom. Look at the long, white, fibrous root system. Absolutely gorgeous. And we'll want to just spin that around in there. I don't want to go up too big of a pot size, because it is only a teeny small plant. Just going to make sure that it's in the middle of the pot. And this one I want to continue to have the same height in the soil, or level in the soil, as it did in the seed thing. If I bring this up too high, it will rot the plant out. So I'm being very careful to make sure that it's at the same level as it was before. And we're going to water this in. I'm going to go ahead and water these in again after the video, just to make sure that they're good and soaked. Anytime you do any root disturbing, you want to make sure that your plants are watered in very, very well. You don't want any air pockets, because that will kill the plant. I'm going to take that label. This is actually what that plant is. If you look it up, this is hardy zone 6B, I think, and that's exactly what my zone is. Maybe 6A. So very, very beautiful plant. And the leaves close up on that at night. They just don't close up when you touch them. So and there we are, the Magnolia grandiflora. There's actually a few plants in here that sprouted. I'm going to see if I can't separate them. If I can grow them in different pots, that would be wonderful. Looks like I can. They're easily coming apart. I didn't want to disturb the roots too much. Now I do believe Ray from Praxis channel has tried to grow these, and he had a problem with them when they got to a certain size. They just died on him, so without any real explanation. So I hope that that doesn't happen here, but I am keeping that in mind. Some of these plants like a more acidic soil, or some of them like a not so acidic soil. So it's best to do your research before trying to grow these things. Just because when they're seedlings, they're so much more tender to environmental issues. Something as simple as letting it dry out for a little bit too long can kill a baby, but the adult plant would be able to take it in stride and just continue going, just shrug it off. So just be careful. My allergies are starting to kick in. Sadly, I'm allergic to all trees and grasses and whatnot, so this hobby really takes its toll on me from time to time. So that's a beautiful one. I really hope that it grows well. Stick that off to the side. We're going to water it in just a second. Here's another pot here. and we'll do another seedling in this one. I hope to plant this outside where my big red banana is. I want to have the Magnolia grandiflora right there. In time, I don't want to have all the tropicals out there. I want to have things that seem tropical but are hardy. So anyway, let's water these in. So it's really dry mix, so I'll definitely need to go back over it. Alright. Some more down. The water's just pooling at the top of those. So we'll look at one of these. I'm not going to do all of these on the video because I'm sure you got other things to do. These will need a little bit more space. Come on. These ones, in my experience, are very hardy plants. They take a lot of neglect. What is it attached to? I've got the whole root system in my hand. What the? Oh, there it is. Maybe the root system was longer than I thought. Can you see it? It's like a foot long. That's huge. So I'm just going to put this one in a 4-inch pot. I'm really hoping that I'll have some red ones. The red is my favorite. The orange, I think, is my second favorite. The yellow is very, very pretty. There's a lot of different variety in the shapes of the leaves on these plants and the shapes of the flowers. So if these plants interest you, be sure to double check what varieties you're getting. Some of them are really cool. Some of them have variegation. Actually, just give me a second and I will show you in my grow lights. I've got a variegated variety. Excuse me. I need to give this a little bit more light. But as you can see here, the leaf looks like a maple leaf. And this actually looks like a Norway maple, the Harlequin variety maple, Acer platanoides Harlequin. So anyway, this is also a variety of Abutilon. So anyway, I will finish planting all of these on my own. And anyway, thank you for joining me. And I appreciate the assistance, the company that you offer. And yeah, happy growing, everyone. What are you transplanting? It's kind of the wrong season for it, but we all do it, right? So anyway, again, happy growing, and show me what you're up to. That the cold is starting to get to it. It's yellowing. It's looking gross. It's doing whatever it does. These leaves were supposed to be standing